Hey everyone, this is Christopher Brown here again from alphalifestyleacademy.com. Now in today's video, we're going to talk about ways to avoid putting together bad joint venture deals. If you're new to the idea of what a joint venture is, it's the best way to really explain it. It's a form of word-of-mouth advertising. It's word-of-mouth advertising put on steroids. What most companies do is they try to get their customers in order to refer business to them through their friends, family, people like that. What joint ventures do, group marketing, strategic partnerships, they're all the same thing. They just go under different names. And what we do is we create deals where we get companies to send their customers over to our products and services. And it's a great way to grow our companies really, really quickly. You can generate hundreds, thousands, or even sometimes, depending on the size of the deal, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of new customers in a very, very short time frame. In some of our other videos, we talk about individuals who were able to do $1 million in a 24-hour period once they launched their product. It's a very common thing in the joint venture space once you start understanding how they do work. But in this video, what we're going to do is what we've been doing actually throughout this entire series of videos. This is chapter 6 of Sohail Khan's book on creating joint venture partnerships. It's probably about 10 years old. So some of the things are kind of outdated with the technology. But what I really want you to really focus on and pay attention to is the principles. Joint ventures is actually one of the, if not the oldest, one of the oldest form of business. As far back, even if you look at the Bible, they talk about how they use joint ventures in there. So it's a very old business principle, been used for generations upon generations. So if you'd like to get more details on really how this works, let me readjust the camera here a little bit. We go into this more in depthly. Obviously, I can't explain everything in this short video, but we go more in depth in everything on how to do this and help you to create partnerships by working together as a team. And you can go to 90daymillionaire.alphalifestyleacademy.com, where you can see how individuals have built $1 million businesses anywhere from a 3 to 12 month period. That's 90daymillionaire.alphalifestyleacademy.com. But like I said, this chapter, we don't read this typically word for word. We just kind of skim it and get an idea, and that way we can go ahead and take these lessons and apply it into our businesses. So this one's the chapter is avoid bad joint venture partners. Look at ways that we can minimize the risks. There are some risks sometimes with joint ventures, not generally in a financial aspect, but just putting together a deal that just didn't work. So we want to look at what are the ways to make sure that we create good partnerships. And again, one of the things that we learn is a lot of times people will just target 5 or 6 individuals or individual companies to create these joint ventures. What I suggest is you create 100 joint venture deals. 1/3 will do nothing, 1/3 will do a little bit, 1/3 will do a little bit more, and then you'll have 5 or 6 people that will go ahead and create that 6-figure per month income. So when these experts, these joint venture experts, go out there, they're talking about those 5 or 6 people. But if you get some of the other people, those other, again, going after 100, building a team of 100 people, you're going to still have those other people that will those other companies, people, individuals that will bring you, let's say, another 20 grand a month doing a deal like this. So this is why you want to not just focus on the top percentages of people. So again, chapter 6, avoid bad joint venture partners, minimizing your risk. Not everybody has a good experience with joint venture partners. So here are a few pointers to help you avoid potential bad potential joint venture partners and joint ventures. So number 1 is an obvious one. At 90daymillionaire.alphalifestyleacademy.com, we do give you a contract. So as you see here, Have your partner sign a non-disclosure agreement or intellectual property rights agreement. So that's number one. And like I said, we do give that. You can get one through our website at 90daymillionaire.alphalifestyleacademy.com. Number two, have them sign the agreement and contract. Obviously, you don't want to just have the agreement. You need to have people sign it, all the parties involved. Put in your agreement that you have the right to inspect their shipping records, telephone records, etc., to see if there is a discrepancy between the two. For example, if they got too many clients calling the place of orders and ship considerably few orders, something may be going on. A lot of times, so Halcon does a lot of offline joint ventures, and so typically what we like to use, even we create partnerships with local businesses, offline local businesses, but we use technology to facilitate that. And so technology makes the tracking of everything, makes people a little bit more honest. So yes, is this helpful, what they're saying? Absolutely. But in today's world, we use ClickFunnels and affiliate softwares and and so we can avoid not having to really do basically check up on people to make sure that they're being honest. So number four, never deal with people who seem to be dishonest. That's obvious. Are people, if people seem like that they're going to lie to your customer base, in this agreement, lie, cheat, and steal, obviously you don't want to do business with them. And it even talks about it here, always be listening to your intuition, your inner voice. When you have a feeling that somebody just might be bad and dishonest, go with your gut. A lot of times your gut tends to be accurate. Number five, screen your partners beforehand. If your partner lives in the US, go to this website, marylanddata.com, and if they live in the UK, this is a service used by private investigators. You can do background checks on all your potential associates before dealing with them. Ask other people in their field if they know them and what they think of them. This is new. I'm personally not familiar. Whoops. I did something there. Let's go back to, I'm personally not familiar with that website, but let's go back down here. But if you're watching this video on our blog, alphalifestyleacademy.com, I'll put a link for that down in the resources section. So where were we? Okay, so that was number five. Number six, work with people who have a good track record. They got to have a good reputation with their customers, obviously. If you do a JV online, there's tracking software available to know. Again, if you do this online, just like what we've talked about, ClickFunnels and some of these different affiliate tracking software, it makes people be a little bit more honest. You don't have to rely on somebody's word. You know what actually did happen. If you're doing JVs offline, you must meet the partner in person. You can bring a witness to signing the agreement. Even when you do a joint venture online, that original agreement, so this one right here, this agreement right here, you don't always have to have them sign, just for the fact that the affiliate software does a lot of that for you. Okay. If you're doing JVs, okay, we did that. Offer to pay for everything. So with joint ventures, and it's always going to depend on the deal, but when you're putting deals like this together, it doesn't cost anything to do. So there's no advertising costs, but to put them together, there is some operational expenses. So I always say that joint ventures are free, but there is some investments just to cover some overhead, like in here, let's say the mailing of the letters, so stamps, marking materials, ClickFunnels softwares, email softwares, just things like that. Those are some expenses associated with it. Go to their website and check for the following things to see if they include their real names, phone numbers, mailing address, contact information. See if they have a privacy policy, seal banner, Better Business Bureau. Just doing your due diligence. It talks about checking out their domain name as well. Oops, I just did that again. Not trying to do that because that link is no longer active that they had in the book. So, but you can go check different places online to check on the credibility of their domain name. For those of you who are familiar with the term of a domain name, it's like google.com, facebook.com. In my case, it's alphalifestyleacademy.com. Okay, so we did this. Number 11, if you're the endorser, you may be able to take the orders yourself. If you're the endorser, set up the deal so you can offer a special bonus product offer, paying somebody. Use again when we use actual software, and even in offline business. So let me tell you, there's a company, they're not around anymore, but I really liked what they were doing. I want to actually create this software even for a lot of our partners, where it's for offline businesses. So there's an app, right? You go to the business, you buy your product, you show them the app, and they scan it and do the cash register does their thing to get their coupon and accepts payment right over your phone, and that verifies everything. So you found the coupon, you brought it in, then the store accepts the payment through the app. And so on the back end, between the joint venture partner and then the actual company itself, we're able to track everything and show them specifically what business we brought to their place of business. Okay. Now, if you're we did that one. Number 12, using third-party software is do a search on their name on Google to find out that, make sure that they're respectable. Only work with warm prospects. Cold prospects are not only hard to convince to JV. Actually, I like cold prospects. In my case, yes, obviously. We've talked about this in some of our other videos. You want to go with your power base, obviously, in all business, not only in joint ventures, but just in any product that you buy. You're going to be more likely to do business with people that you know, like, and trust, right? So when you set up a joint ventures, it may take a little bit of time to build enough trust to see if they'll do business with you. I forget the current numbers, but it used to be, let's say, like, it was like the early 2000s. 1% of sales are done on the first contact, and 80% of sales are done on the fifth contact. Then about 2010, new studies came out that it takes between 80% of sales are done between 5 to 8 contacts. 2020, we did it again, and now it's about 18 contacts before that they will buy. So we're being bombarded with so much information, and it takes more time to build trust. Only 1% of sales are done on the first contact, and 80% of sales are done on, like I said, number contact 12, 14, 15. I can't exactly remember what the current numbers is for the 2000s and 20s, but you just want to keep in mind that they're not. It's going to take you a few contacts to sell them. Number 16, take things slowly with your partners at first. Show them that you're trustworthy. Talking about getting out before getting in. Everyone needs to be clear on an exit strategy before partnering with others who won't prevent you from getting. You want to be able to not only get a few scratches in, not only several hits, but you could knock out. I'm not even sure what they're talking about on this one. On number 7, talk about getting out before you get in. I think they're just talking about overcommitting, not overpromising and under-delivering. Don't commit to anything long-term with cold prospects. It's going to take time to build relationships. So, you gotta see if the partnership is going to work out. So I have, like, when I do my joint ventures, I have a level 1 joint venture, and then if that works out, then I take them to a level 2, a level 3. So the way I explain this is, on a level 1, you make a lot of partnerships. And it's basically like you have a target and you're shooting with a machine gun. And because you have so many people working with you and you're generating so much traffic, it's like shooting a target with a machine gun. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. Then once you get up to some of the higher levels, level number 2, and some of the other higher levels of joint ventures and strategic partnerships, now I compare that to a sniper. You might not have as many partners or use as many bullets, but you're gonna shoot it with more accuracy. I guess that's kind of the best way to explain this. Set up an escrow account with the bank. I've never done that for any of my joint ventures. 20, find someone who you can recommend to a list broker. I've never used a list broker or anything like that. The joint ventures that I've always done is they have customers, I have customers, and we merge those two businesses together. And we might actually have to merge. So let's say you got, this is the example that I normally use, company A, company B. Company B refers their customers to company, company A refers their customers to company B. Company B refers their customers to company A. And let's say I'm company C and I kind of managed it, and then, I'm able to take part of the deal as well. That's based on a customer base. Now, I might also have some skills and some things that they don't have, and some ways to develop multiple income streams in their business. So they might send me their customers, and that will help grow my business. But then in their business, I can develop additional income streams for them. And that's how, even though that I'm not sending them more business, we're able to make more business from their current customer base within their community. Okay, so that is all for chapter 6 on how to avoid making mistakes and creating bad partnerships. Again, at level 1, I just typically will say accept everybody in most cases. You want to make just pretty much you're not going to actually accept everybody, but in most cases you're going to accept the vast majority of people that you start talking to about joint ventures. You'll bring them in, and no, not everybody's going to hit it out of the park, but everybody's going to contribute to the overall arc. Again, I work with Alan Lazar from Grant Cardone's office, if you've seen some of our other videos. And one of the things that he talks about as far as driving traffic, he goes to places like Fiverr. And he's like, if I can find one guy, if I can pay one guy $5, and if they can send me one lead, they'll generate traffic for me and generate a lead for me, that's all the better for me. And so instead of paying, let's say like Facebook, $5 a click, he pays this guy $5 to generate one lead for him. But then he builds excuse me, I hit my mic. He built a community of people. He's building hundreds of different freelancers that are sending them traffic each and every month. So this is why it doesn't matter just about getting a few really good people getting hit it out of the park. You built a community, and by everybody working together, everybody is successful. Okay, so if you'd like more details on this, and again, we go into this in more detail at 90daymillionaire.alphalifestyleacademy.com. Reason for these videos and the reason for that website is we're not necessarily looking to sell you anything, but we're looking to create partnerships, bring you in, work with you as a team, because the better you do, the better we do. And again, we can all win as one big team. But I had a blast recording this video for you today. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye-bye now.